something so different. I'll be something so different. They're wondering what's missing, 'cause something don't look quite the same. Yeah, there's nothing like someone who shows up with your love and loves with a love that connects. Something so right, love that's so bright, it don't look like anything that the world has ever seen. Where there's no light, it's the right time, you can take my everything. I wanna be your hands and feet. Something different. People ain't ready for what's coming their way. They've been thinking in black and white, but you've been technicolor parade. How'd I get so lucky to be sitting front row? I know I don't gotta be the one to tell you what I know you already know. Oh, you were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. You make something impossible look so effortless. It's what you're gonna do, and the whole world sitting back watching you like, oh, you were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. Through the fire and the long nights, there's no stopping you. You keep fighting with the warrior's heart until you see the light break through. You see the challenge and you step in, still let the battle come. 'Cause when they try to rise up against, they're gonna turn around and run. Oh, you were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. You make something impossible look so effortless. It's what you're gonna do, and the whole world sitting back watching you like, oh, you were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. When your heart does what it's born to do, once you started, there's no stopping you. When your heart does what it's born to do, once you started, there's no stopping you. No, 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 no. Oh, you were made for this. You make something impossible look so effortless. It's what you're gonna do, and the whole world sitting back watching you like, oh, you were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. Oh, you were made for this. You make something impossible look so effortless. Yeah, you do. Now the whole wide world is watching you. You were made, you were made, you were made, you were made for this. On the crowded streets, all the people that I see want them to know the Jesus that I know. And if I'm the closest thing to a Bible that they read, let the words they read be what you wrote. Follow me to go. I'll be gone in Manhattan, be a river where it's dry. My friends can't find the road, I'll be a roadside welcome sign. Sunshine in Seattle, be a cool breeze in July, light in the darkness. Oh, I'll be a garden in Manhattan. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Florida after dark, I know it ain't quite Central Park. There's souls in my hometown you wanna reach. Oh God, use me where you have me. I'll be gone in Manhattan, be a river where it's dry. When my friends can't find the road, I'll be a roadside welcome sign. Sunshine in Seattle, be a cool breeze in July. be a roadside welcome sign. Sunshine in Seattle, feel a cool breeze in July, light in the darkness. Well, I'll be a garden in Manhattan. Oh, garden in Manhattan. Oh, flower in the concrete, if it's where you want me. Garden in Manhattan. A flower in the concrete, if it's where you want me. I've been sick and tired, being sick and tired, searching far and wide for something that feels real. I need something that feels real. And I don't wanna lose my soul, chasing after things that don't lead me straight to you. And I'm lost in a feeling that I came from this world. But going back to Eden ain't gonna be easy, but it leads me straight to you. Now I'm running like the prodigal. I don't need the money, I don't want the fame, I don't want what I can't take with me in the grave. Oh, and I don't wanna lose my soul, chasing after things that don't lead me straight to you. And I'm lost in a feeling that I came from this world. But going back to Eden ain't gonna be easy, but it leads me straight to you. Now I'm running like the prodigal. I don't wanna lose my soul, chasing after things that don't lead me straight to you. And I don't wanna lose my gaze when I meet you face to face. Well done, welcome home. Now I'm running like the prodigal. I'm lost in a feeling that I came from this world. That going back to Eden ain't gonna be easy, but it leads me straight to you. Now I'm running like a prodigal, lost in a feeling that I came from this world. That going back to Eden ain't gonna be easy, but it leads me straight to you. Now I'm running like the prodigal. They say the sky's falling, heartbreak on the news. Got all kinds of reasons for singing the blues. The world may look hopeless, yeah, times may be hard. Oh, but I got this feeling down deep in my heart. They can't rain on my parade. This is the day that the Lord has made. Should I praise Him? Yes, I should. God is great. how to treat soul, the people that I see, want them to know the G. When the worry's like a whirlwind and I just keep spinning round and round, I feel like such a mess, and I'm craving something quiet. Is there a place where I can go to close my eyes and just forget that I'm not okay? 'Cause I'm not okay. But even as I wait, I can hear you say, come and rest, come and rest, come and rest in peace. Take a breath, take a step, take it easy. Let the weight leave your chest, let it fall on me. Come and rest in peace. When I'm crushed beneath my conscience and my soul is underground and out, my lungs can barely breathe. Help me realign my focus till every facet of your heart appears in perfect clarity. That's the only way it will be okay. And even as I wait, I can hear you say, come and rest, come and rest, come and rest in peace. Take a breath, take a step, take it easy. Let the weight leave your chest, let it fall on me. Come and rest in peace. Come away, come away, come away, come away with me. Rest in peace. There's a place you can stay with me. Rest in peace. Come away, come away, come away, come away with me. Rest in peace. There's a place you can stay with me. Rest in peace. Come and rest, come and rest, come and rest in peace. Take a breath, take a step, take it easy. Let the weight leave your chest, let it fall on me. Come and rest in peace. There's been so many times I got it so wrong, and a couple that I got it just right. I've seen the view from the top of the world and the sorrow by the bitter graveside. I've seen some prayers get answered and I've heard my share of no's, but there's never been a moment that you let me go. I've been uptown, I've been downtown, in the spotlight, I've been broke down. I've seen so much, might not know much, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. In the good times, through the hard times, filled by pockets full of sunshine. I've seen so much of the good stuff, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. I graduated from the school of hard knocks, but there's some lessons that I haven't quite learned. One thing I know is you've been so kind to me, sweeter than a man could ever deserve. Cause we got that love from up above, and if it's all we ever get, we got enough. Better hold on tight, yo, no matter what. We got that never gonna leave us kind of love. I've been uptown, I've been downtown, in the spotlight, I've been broke down. I've seen so much, might not know much, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. In the good times, through the hard times, filled by pockets full of sunshine. I've seen so much of the good stuff, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. Nothing sweeter, no. No, there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. That sunset on those Tennessee hills got me counting a blessing or two. Those moments in time, the best in my life, they all come from you. I've been uptown, I've been downtown, in the spotlight, I've been face down. I see so much, might not know much, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. In the good times, through the hard times, fill my pockets full of sunshine. I see so much of the good stuff, but there ain't nothing sweeter than his love. Everybody say, ain't nothing sweeter, no. Ain't nothing sweeter,
All right. Good morning. We're going to get things started. Couple announcements first. So in 2 Sundays, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, first Sunday in August, we're going to have our church lunch. And it's going to be a barbecue over at Gene and Tony's house. So they're about a mile away, mile and a half. Their address is over, I know there's papers being put out. There's an address over there. If you need a paper map, you can grab a paper map. Otherwise, just grab the address, throw it in your phone, and it'll give you directions. So we'll be having a barbecue over at Gene and Tony's in a couple weeks. And then also, I don't always remember birthdays, so as I've said, please, no offense if I miss a birthday. But we have a couple birthdays. So Susan has a birthday today. This week, Linda has a birthday. And so if you get a chance, please wish them both happy birthday. Love having them as part of our community. And so, yeah, it's great to have you both with us today. So we get to wish you happy birthday. I believe that's it for announcements. So we get to come again, and we get to come to the mountain of Sunday, sit at the feet of Jesus again. And so I would invite you to take a breath. There was a thought that popped up. I can't take credit for it, but it helped me remember. It says, note to self. I don't have to take this day all at once. I get to take it one step, one breath, one moment at a time. I'm only one person. I get to admit that. And things will get done when they get done. We get to slow down. We don't have to take today all at once. We don't have to take this week all at once, this month all at once. We get to slow down and take this moment and this breath right now. I'd invite you to sit just for a moment and just enjoy a breath or two and the blessing of conditioned air, cushioned seats, shoes on our feet. Just enjoy a couple breaths, if you would join me. I would invite you to take a couple more moments and consider that we get to rest in a God who says he is love. He hasn't kept score on you last week, and he's not ready to tally up a score against you in this coming week. He came to earth as the Prince of Peace. Would you sit in love and peace for a moment? Perhaps in your mind's eye, you would see a place of peace. You would see Jesus there. He would sit with you. I invite you this morning, as we've taken time to enjoy a breath or two, as we breathe the air of God's creation, with these bodies and these souls created by God, loved by God. Would you reflect for a moment on what is a sentence of theology from this morning? Theology we consider it as words about God. What words about God come to your mind this morning? You don't have to pack it with Bible analysis. You don't have to pack it with anything else that you've been told. Right here, right now, in your experience of this morning. What is your morning theology today? God, I thank you for this community time. Thank you for a time to gather and be joined by others who love us and who we love. I thank you for this time to slow down and enjoy breath. I thank you for the time to pause even for a few seconds and just consider words about you, words that come out of the experience right now. They're not a theology trapped in academic towers, but they're lived theology that we are experiencing right now in this moment and in this morning. As we go to sing and worship and we go to hear your words today, would we continue to walk one breath at a time, 3 miles an hour, as we live out, we experience, and we grow in the theology of you. As you become more and more real to us. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for another day to breathe. Let's worship.
Nothing can separate work together for my good. Oh, you make all things work together for my good. Jesus, you make all things work together for my good. You make all things work together for my good. In the crushing, in the pressing, you are making new wine. In the soul I now surrender, you are breaking new ground. So I yield to you into your careful hands. When I trust you, I don't need to understand. Oh, and make me a vessel, make me an offering, make me perfect love, right within the arms of heaven, in a peace that lasts forever, singing deep. Oh, in mercy, see, and I'm wide awake, drawing close, stirred by grace. Oh, my heart is yours, and all fear removed. I breathe you in, I lean into your love. Oh, your love. When I'm lost, you pursue me. Lift my head to see your glory, Lord of all. So beautiful. Here in you I find shelter, captivated by the splendor of your face. My secret place. Oh, I'm wide awake, drawing close, stirred by grace. Oh, my heart is yours, all fear removed. I breathe you in, I lean into your love. Oh, your love. Your love so deep is washing over me. Your face is all I see. You are my everything. Christ, you are my one desire. Lord, hear my holy cry. Know you all my life. Oh, your love so deep is washing over me. Your face is all I see. You are my everything. Jesus Christ, you are my one desire. Lord, hear my only cry. Know you all my life, and I'm wide awake, drawing close, stirred by grace. Oh, my heart is yours, all fear removed. I breathe you in, I lean into your love. Oh, your love. Lean into your love. God, this morning we just press into you, God. May we lean into that love. Even if we don't fully comprehend or understand it, God, we just press into your love this morning. God, just speak to our hearts. We just want to experience you this morning. In your name, amen. Amen.
Amen. There we go. There they go. Yep. Off to kids ministry. Oh. Well, welcome. We are in the Beatitudes. We're not following it word for word, but I did put out a version of the Beatitudes by Ron Dart. It's on paper over there. And then also for those watching online, narrativechurch.com, there's a resources tab, and you can find a copy there as well. I really like how Ron worded the Beatitudes. And one of the things that we realize when we look at how he words the Beatitudes is that this idea of blessed. We so often in the West we hold blessed to be happy. You can be blessed, and it doesn't have to just depend on, are you happy in the moment? We considered last week that the word blessed, it actually comes from the state of living of the gods. It was a state of immortality which lived above the fortunes, the winds of fortune that blow our lives back and forth. Happiness comes from the root hap, which also is happenstance. It's random. It's things outside of our control. And so if we depend on happiness in our lives, we're really depending on things outside of our control to try to make us happy. And the word blessed in the Beatitudes, it is a state of living in it's divine living that is untouched by happenstance. It's above and out of the grasp of fortune. It simply exists. And so Ron does a great job of recognizing that blessed is to be a life that is godlike. As he defines it, it's the divine life. And so you live the life of God's when you look at these Beatitudes. It's a life that is not blown simply back and forth by the winds. And so we're going through the Beatitudes, and they're not meant to be, as we're using these to wrap up our summer, they're not meant to be overly complicated. They're meant to stir our thought. What the Beatitudes actually turn into, and what we realized last week, is since the early church, they considered the Beatitudes to be a progression of, they were stairs, or they were a ladder. And so one precedes the next, and you can't have the next without the previous one. And so you go through this progression, and part of the progression is then there's some wrestling that happens with them. And as Jim Forrest said last week, we go up the steps, and we fall off every day, and we start back at step one, and we continue to go over them again. What we find as we look at these in the progression that the early church recognized them from the moment Jesus listed them is that they aren't a shopping list of what do I want, and so what will it cost me? And so I look at this and I say, oh, it would be nice to be comforted, so I'll go ahead and I'll mourn, I'll pay the price to be comforted. Or nah, I'm not really not into that one, so let me grab this one. They only properly happen in order. They're not a buffet of what I want to take from where. They only happen in order. We began with the impoverishment of our spirit. It's blessed are the poor in spirit. As some translations, as some translators say, blessed are the beggars of spirit. And it's an impoverishment. It is not simply, I even have enough to make it by. It is, I don't even have enough to make it by. I have nothing to depend on within my own life. And externally, we considered this isn't one size fits all. We're not creating a systematic theology understanding of this that then everyone follows. Matthew, he records, blessed are the poor in spirit. Luke, when he records this beatitude, he just says, blessed are the poor. And so the argument has gone over, is this monetary poverty? Is it not? What is it? And the answer is, it's unique to each person. There's no one-size-fits-all theology. Clarence Jordan, he's an interesting guy who started a farm that also turned into a church and a ministry and an outreach. And he said, in this wrestling with what is the beatitude of poverty, he said, if you have a lot of money, you're probably going to say it's spiritual poverty. Oh, yeah, it's spiritual poverty. I have a lot of money. I don't want to give that away. So this is spiritual poverty. If you have a little money or no money, you're probably going to say it's physical poverty. The rich will thank God for the beatitude from Matthew that makes it spiritual. The poor will thank God for Luke that makes the poverty financial. Who is right? Chances are neither one. For it is exactly this attitude of self-praise and self-justification and self-satisfaction that robs men of a sense of great need for the kingdom and its blessings. When one says, I don't need to be poor in things because I'm poor in spirit, and another says, I don't need to be poor in spirit because I'm poor in things, both are justifying themselves as they are saying in union, I don't need. Without recognizing our need, no person can rethink in his life. No person can repent. What underlies the beatitude of poverty we considered last week is not what it looks like on the outside. The stream that runs through, whether it's financial poverty, spiritual poverty, whatever it is, what underlies it is humility. Humility, though, doesn't equate to making myself worthless or degrading myself. Humility is not making myself of no account. The church, as we talked about in the last message series, went into this idea of total depravity. There's nothing good in me. I'm humble because I refuse to see anything good in me. Well, God made everything and said, it's all good. It's good. I love it. It's worth dying for. There's something good in there. Peter has this experience of a vision, and he understood as a Jewish man that the Jews were in the pecking order of society from a Jewish perspective. The Jews were above the Gentiles. And then he, as a Jewish man, would have been above Jewish women in the pecking order of society. But he gets a lesson. He has a vision. And the lesson of this vision boils down to, he says, I realized this vision, it taught me I am to call no person common. A lot of translations will use the word profane, but what it essentially means is common, like a pot or a pan, something that's not special. I'm not to call any person unspecial because he had lived his whole life that the Jews were the special ones. The Gentiles were not. And so the lesson of this is I'm not supposed to call anyone unspecial. Or, he says, I'm not to call anyone evil, unclean. The lesson is a lowering of himself because it's an elevating of everyone who he thought he was above. Humility didn't actually... Peter learned humility. He learned the worth of Gentiles. He learned a lot, but it didn't lower his value. It increased the value of those around him. And even now, humility is built into this idea that we will never meet someone who is not artisanally crafted by God. We will never meet someone who is separated from God. We will never meet someone whose sins are unforgiven. So humility is not a tearing down of myself, but it is a right evaluation of myself. When I rightly evaluate myself, I now give myself a better perspective. And in that perspective, I realize there's a lot of good there. There's a lot of worth. But then there's also a lot of need. And what Peter realizes in his lesson, he goes to this house of one of the higher ranking Gentiles, which for him, he would have still been like, well, you're beneath me. But in his humbling lesson that elevates the Gentiles, Peter shows up and he says, I now realize no person is unspecial. And when that barrier is now broken for Peter, he then asks the next question. So what do you need? What's your need? What is your need from me? And we need a lot. We need bodies to live in. We need oxygen. We need food. We need farmers to make food so I can eat it. We need ranchers. We need doctors. There's so many needs. The quote comes up in my mind again. No man is an island. We can't self-exist on our own. So humility is not a tearing down of myself. Humility is a building up of others, which places myself in right perspective. And it is a realization of the unshakableness of God. We can't make light of Jesus' words, though. So we can't just, in modern psychology, reason them away a little bit and say, okay, well, I can be humble, but I can still carry myself in a certain way. Jesus was speaking to a certain crowd. As he sat, this crowd, Matthew's presenting Jesus as the king promised from the lineage of David. Jesus had gone through all of his inaugural events. And now the king is sitting on the mountain, and his people are waiting to hear from him. His people, the ones who were attracted to him, they were a beaten down, occupied, hopeless group. Life had humbled them. Life had humbled them in a way that had also broken them. There was a blessing to their humbling. And the blessing was that they were now no longer under the illusion of the world. They'd become disillusioned with a world where they seem to always be down on their luck. We are always occupied by the foreigners. We are under the thumb of the emperor. We're disillusioned. And they wanted Jesus to be the king to rebuild the illusion on earth. But in their disillusionment, Jesus says, there, when the illusion of this world has become bankrupted in your sight, when its ability to keep your focus captive is gone, for those who have reached this impoverished state of disillusionment, theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Because they're now free to see it. The first beatitude is when we become bankrupt in this world, whatever that looks like for each person. Now the kingdom is revealed. Our perception then becomes aligned with where we realize we've always been. We only ever exist in the heart of God. It is in him and by him that we breathe every day. And our perception becomes aligned, and we now see as God sees. Because we now sit with him. And we look out and we see things as God sees. And what that means is that once we have gone through the poverty of spirit, we begin to mourn. So we come to blessed are those who mourn. The Greek word for mourning here is grieving, it's wailing, it's heart-rending sorrow. It is a mourning that would probably embarrass many of us. It would be a mourning that people are picking up dirt and they're smearing it on their face. They want to wear on the outside what they're feeling on the inside. It's a mourning that the Middle East still often does and other cultures do, but we in America have sanitized our mourning. I've mentioned in the past, there's the schools of thought in Christianity that many of them fall under this idea of the word of faith movement. And the word of faith movement it's a hijacking of mourning. It's a hijacking of lament. It says we don't admit what's wrong. We have to hold the faith. Stay strong. If you speak words of mourning, you're now declaring something to happen. But if you live in denial, you can overcome it. Jesus doesn't say that. Jesus says, enter into the mourning. Because once you become impoverished in your spirit, you will find your place in the heart of God. And when we look at the world from the heart of God, we will begin to mourn. With God's eyes, we mourn, and so what do we mourn? We mourn everything. We mourn our own losses. Losses of loved ones, deaths of dreams, our own failures. We also mourn when we see pain in other people because we're now looking at everyone through the eyes of God. Big for the prophets in the Bible was that they founded the Christian faith on the mourning of systematic injustice. We mourn everything. And there's much to mourn in this world. But interestingly, as the tears fill the eyes of mourners in the Beatitudes, unlike what happens to me when tears fill my eyes and I can't see what I want to say, as the tears fill the eyes of mourners through the Beatitudes, our vision gains clarity. We then see God through our tears more clearly. We see ourselves more clearly. We see others more clearly. We see the world more clearly through the tears of mourning. Philosopher Nicholas Wolterstoff, he wrote an incredible book on grief. The book was called Lament for a Son. And he wrote of the experience of losing his son at 25 years old. And he spoke of the tears and the lament in his life over the loss of his son. But he said, through the prism of my tears, I have seen now a suffering God. Suddenly God, through his tears, came into clarity. And he reflected that for the rest of his life, he would now see the world through tears. And he said, perhaps I shall see things now in this world that dry-eyed I could have never seen. Pastor James Howell, he says, dry-eyed, we may look right past the pain, the loneliness, the ache that the next person harbors. Dry-eyed, we may flit off to a party, forgetting that war is being waged on this planet, that children are dying during that party I am at because they simply lack food or medicine. Dry-eyed, we forget the gross unfairness of the world's systems of meting out its rewards. The evil seems to succeed while the holy, the humble, those who look like these Beatitudes suffer. Walter Stoff continues in the book about the death of his son. When you and I are left to our own devices, it's the smiling, successful ones of the world that we cheer. We turn away from the crying ones of the world. Our photographers tell us, smile. Our Beatitudes say, blessed are those who mourn. What does it mean? He goes on. The mourners are those who have caught a glimpse of God's new day, who ache with all their being for the days coming, and who break out into tears when confronted by the day's absence. The mourners are aching visionaries. Jesus blessed these people. The Stoics of antiquity said, be calm, disengage yourself. Jesus says, be open to the wounds of the world. Mourn humanity's mourning. Weep over humanity's weeping. Be wounded by humanity's wounds. Be in agony over humanity's agony. Our world invites disengagement, and it conditions us not to mourn. Very often, I don't want others to mourn in my presence because it makes it uncomfortable. I have nothing to say to fix it. I have to now sit in it. I have to feel it. And I have to admit that almost daily the temptation is great for me to come to a place where I would no longer weep. The temptation is great almost daily to run back to the coldness that I used to have. It was easier in many ways. Almost daily, I wish I could embrace the callousness of a side, to exchange my grieving for illusions of justice and prudence, rather than look at the world in conflict and in despair and to mourn. Almost daily, the temptation is there, but I hold on. And so, I weep. One of my favorite theologians put it this way. Jesus praises the weeping class. Those who can enter into solidarity with the pain of the world and not work to extract themselves from it. That is why Jesus says the rich man can't see the kingdom. The rich one spends his life trying to make tears unnecessary and ultimately impossible. The weeping mode allows one to carry the dark side, to hear the pain of the world without looking for perpetrators or victims, but instead recognizing the tragic reality that both sides are caught up in. Tears from God are always for everybody on all sides around the world. Nate's going to come back in a moment. As uncomfortable as it can be at times, I hold on to my weeping. I struggle to ascend the ladder of the Beatitudes and hold on to my weeping. I hold on to the promising words of Jesus that follow, blessed are those who mourn. His promise is of comfort. And I must admit that there's an echoing voice in my heart for years now that runs beneath everything else. There's a motherly voice of comfort that for years regularly runs through my heart as it tells me the words of Julian of Norwich, who's also known as Mother Julian. Her words run through my mind as the Spirit tells them to me, and it is built off the declaration of God, who has promised to become all in all and to make all things new, having reconciled the universe to himself, so that the Spirit's words through Mother Julian can say to me regularly, with comfort to my soul. Come on up, Nate. All will be well. All will be well. All manner of things will be well. All will be well. For there is a force of love moving through the universe that holds us fast and will never let us go. Julian of Norwich, in these words of comfort, sums up a love that never forsakes, is never unfaithful to us, and never ends. It's the love that is God. It's the love of comfort that Jesus promised He'll send to the mourners. I invite you as we go into closing worship to consider, where do you mourn today? As I've said in the past, Nate can carry the song. I invite you to listen for the words of comfort from the Prince of Peace, the Spirit of comforting. Steal my words that aren't even my words. Steal the words of Julian Norwich if that's all you need to hear. The comfort that all will be well, because there's a force of love running through this universe that will not let us go. Listen for that comfort this morning as we close in worship.
To be with you forever, with you forever. So pull me a little closer, take me a little deeper. I want to know your heart, I want to know your heart, 'cause your love is so much sweeter. Anything I tasted, I want to know your heart. I want to know your heart. Your love has ravished my heart, taken me over, taking me over, and all I want is to be with you forever. little closer. Take me a little deeper. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. 'Cause your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. Oh, how great your love is for me. Whoa, whoa, how great is your love. Whoa, whoa, how great your love is for me. Whoa, whoa, how great is your love. Whoa, how great your love is for me. Whoa, whoa, how great is your love. Whoa, how great your love is for me. Whoa, how great is your love. How great is your love. Pull me a little closer. Take me a little deeper. Wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. 'Cause your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart.
God, in our hard times this week, in our mourning for our own lives, for the lives around us, and in our mourning for this world, would you reveal your heart to us more and more? A heart that not only leads us to weep, but a heart that says, I also am here at work to bring life and life abundantly. I've already sealed the fate of death. Death is defeated. So that all will be well. All manner of things will be well. Could we hold on to the words of Mother Julian, even as we also walk out this week the experience of weeping for ourselves and for others, for this world? Amen. Well, I know I wouldn't get through the message on mourning without weeping myself. Please, though, enjoy community. If you need someone to weep with, grab someone, talk to them, weep with those who weep. Grief shared is grief halved, is what is often said. Share grief, share weeping, share mourning. Love on each other and be Jesus to each other. Have a good week.
Moses in the wilderness. Give me a heart like David. Lord, be my defense, so I can face my giants with confidence. Give me faith like Daniel in the lion's den. Give me hope like Moses in the wilderness. Give me a heart like David. Lord, be my defense. just wanna speak the name of Jesus till every dark addiction starts to break, declaring there is hope and there is freedom. I speak Jesus. Your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. I just wanna speak the name of Jesus over fear and all anxiety, to every soul held captive by depression. I speak Jesus, 'cause your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. Shout Jesus from the mountains, Jesus in the streets, Jesus in the darkness over every enemy. Jesus for my family, I speak the holy name, Jesus. Shout Jesus from the mountains, Jesus in the streets, Jesus in the darkness over every enemy. Jesus for my family, I speak the holy name, Jesus. 'Cause your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. 'Cause your name is power, your name is healing, your name is life. Break every stronghold, shine through the shadows, burn like a fire. I wanna dance like David, I want a faith like Paul, I wanna sing like Silas, tearing down the prison walls. I wanna face that fire, it won't burn me though. God's got my back, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. I wanna walk like Moses, right through the waves. One day I'll see that promised land, no longer slaves. Though the fear is talking, no, it can't take out my faith. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the mountain moving, body raising, breaker of chains. Gonna praise, I'm gonna praise. I praise the heaven seated, undefeated, highest of names. That's who I praise. Hey, that's who I praise. That's who I praise. I wanna give like Mary, I I wanna break my vase. I wanna sleep like Daniel, even in a lion's cave. I'm gonna get that promise, just like Jericho.